Okay, so I had a couple of questions and inquiries from a few students, and they're asking about the model and what is a class like. I'd like to explain it in a more layman's terms. So let me open a PowerPoint slide. Okay, so you'll have some visuals what we meant here while you're building your application. So let's have something better. So okay, light background. Okay, now if you're gonna go back to the class, so we have a person, we have an employee, and a student model. So they are model classes. So let's write them down here. So our goal is probably you're gonna make a mobile app or probably a web application. Okay. Now on that web application, if it's going to be an enrollment, let us assume that this is an enrollment application that we're trying to do. So let me insert the text box. Okay. Insert text box. Okay, so this is an enrollment application. Okay, so now on an enrollment application, of course, on an enrollee, you will have a first name, right? So let's insert a shape. So we have first name, student's first name, yeah. So let's make it broader. So then on that first name, you'll also have a last name. Okay, and probably you will have a course. Okay, and probably you'll also have a email address. Okay. Okay, so as you build up your application, you see that you putting structure, okay, in your enrollment application. So there is structure, form, blueprint. These are all synonyms. Okay, so now if you go back, you will see the person. Okay, so the person will have the first name, the last name, and the age. So this actually replicates what you're visualizing in the front end. Okay, and this is the back end, the blueprint, okay, or the form. Okay, so now since you're applying reusability, so in coding, in good coding practices, you do not repeat yourself or dry. So that's why we decouple or separate entities like person entity or person class. Then the student will inherit the person. So if I go back, um, I'll make another slide for your benefit. Okay, so space that. So now let's delete this part. Okay, let's delete it. Okay, now on this enrollment application, let's say the base class that we created is the common denominator. Okay, so it's a person. Now on that person, you will have a student because of course the student is a person, right? So as you build your application, you just keep on adding features on top of it. Okay, so probably as part of the enrollment application, of course, as soon as you're enrolled, you will have a an instructor, right? And both of them are people, and and uh, and since the common denominator, they will have first name and last name, and they will inherit from those features. But the student will not have an instructor ID, and the instructor will not have a student ID. So that's why we separate them. If we go back, we separate, and as you can see here, there's an employee, right? So let's grow this PowerPoint. So let's say because we had an employee class, okay. So these things, as you build your application, is understanding what the business you are trying to automate. So IT technology is all about automation. So you are automating an enrollment application. Now, to refactor this particular view, is it right that the instructor is an employee? Yeah. So let's broaden this out. So now the employee instructor's base class is an employee. So you can build more out of it. So probably on top of the instructor, you will have a teaching assistant maybe, and so on. So we're starting small. So as you grow your application, then you grow your classes, and you get to have reusability. You don't need to recreate those things or those features or attributes that needs to be used by your classes. So that is what base class is all about. It's all about reusability. Okay, so I hope this clear things out prior for me on releasing the answers on the exams provided. Okay, I'll see you on the next video.